You know that I'm hungry and still got the juice. You set it down like it clear. I set it down like it boost.
Yeah, color alert, little bit of on color alert. Yeah, color alert. Go get the fire when I'm calling the murk. Yeah, topic come first. I with the baby come first. Yeah, I bought a clan, then one of my first. This bigger than you. I'm taking on a new path, making them bitch take a bath. Little bit of do the math. Look, who are you? Must be bulletproof. This bigger than you. This bigger than you. Young champagne checking in, man. Titty boy, she bringing out. Remember I was on prepaid, I would act like my shit was ringing out. Remember Shorty told me she thought the rap's good, but the singing's off. Watch on Young Dro now, man, boy, you ain't shit blinging out. Where the racks at? All I know is they keep coming to me like a flashback. What? $500,000 out in Vegas, it ain't no blackjack. No. Quavo Sinatra, but we can never be the Rat Pack. Yeah, color alert, little bit of on color alert. Yeah, color alert. Go get the fire when I'm calling the murk. Yeah, topic come first. I with the baby come first. Yeah, I bought a clan, then one of my first. This bigger than you. I'm taking on a new path, making them bitch take a bath. Little bit of do the math. Look, who are you? Must be bulletproof. This bigger than you. This bigger than you.
Touchscreen on my cars, vintage 1 or 2. I just bought a watch this plane like a Diggy Sue. I sipped some red wine and chased it with the 42. They asked me what I call millions. Coming soon, yeah. I just cashed out. I ain't got time for a beat from a cash cow. When I was the juvie, I made him back out. It was 400 degrees, you was passed out. Oh,
yeah, color alert, little bit of on color alert. Yeah, color alert. Go get the fire when I'm calling the murk. Yeah, topic come first. I with the baby come first. Yeah, I bought a clan, then one of my first. This bigger than you. I'm taking on a new path, making them bitch take a bath. Little bit of do the math.
and gentlemen, and welcome to Eastlink Center in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island for tonight's NBL Canada matchup between the visitors, the Cape Breton Highlanders, and your Island Storm. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening we are raising money for the Charlottetown Food Bank. Thriller PEI consists of volunteers who teach and learn thriller performing. The routine to raise money for the food bank. We'd ask you to please help support the food bank today. We'll be passing the sneaker during the first half of our ball game here tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd ask you to please stand and take off your hats and join with Abby McCarthy in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the court, your Storm Chasers dance team. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the court, your Storm Chasers dance team.
Testing. Hello. I'm a little bit late, but here I am.
Use this one, Gordon.
And now introducing the starting lineup for the visiting Cape Breton Highlanders. From St. Bonaventure University, a 6'5" forward, number 23, Chris Johnson. From Kentucky State, a 6'6" forward, number 21, Kenny Jones. From McMaster University, a 6'4" guard, number 11, Aaron Redpath. Out of Francis Marion, a 6'6" forward, number 6, O'Louis McCullough. And out of Middle Tennessee State, a 6'3" guard, number 1, Bruce Massey. The head coach of the Cape Breton Highlanders, Bernardo Fitz Gonzalez. Assistant coach, Troy Jackson Jr. And the team assistant is Noah LaRose. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineup for your Island Storm. From Santa Clarita, California, out of Michigan State University, a 6'7" forward, number 24, Russell Bird. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, out of the University of Massachusetts, a 6'8" forward, number 22, Samson Carter. From Lawrence, South Carolina, out of Marshall University, a 6'7" forward, number 6, Terrell Beans. From Birmingham, Alabama, out of Bethesda, a 6'4" guard, number 5, Jarrell Tate. And from Brooklyn, New York, out of Queens College, a 6'3" guard, number 1, Tyree White. The head coach of the Island Storm is Tim Kendrick, assistant coach Patrick Havard. Assistant coach Lonnie States, team manager Frankie Beaton. The head physiotherapist Colin Moore, and the team manager is Greg Moore.
How you doing, everybody? Peter Ruckazer alongside Gord McNeely. Glad you can join us for some Island Storm basketball. And Gord, we were here last week, an unbelievable performance from the Storm team against the two-time defending champions, the London Lightning. In your mind, what really stood out for you in that contest?
Well, they got good production out of Tyler Scott. Came off, hadn't scored the first two games and blew up for a big 24 points in that one. So, you know, they're just trying to feel each other out and figure out what kind of lineup goes through and who can give them some additional scoring. Who's going to be their third, fourth scoring option is a big notion for the Storm tonight.
And Tyler Scott, with that great performance last weekend against London, he was named the Canadian of the week in the NBLC for the week ending December the 2nd. Now tonight,
ladies and gentlemen,
they're going to be without Alex
for
Campbell
game,
at the
Dave
point,
McGrattan,
and that is a big
Dale
loss. He's had some
Parrish,
issues
and
now
Brent
with his
Stocker.
blood sugar. They're going to get him looked at. So Tyree White goes to the point guard. What do they lose in a player like Alex Campbell?
Well, Tyree White's an amazing athlete, and he's been a good backup point guard. He's got to settle down in this game and just make sure he becomes a distributor first as we see him there. They're going to get strong minutes on a tape, but losing Alex Campbell is massive. He could do it all. He could defend, he could shoot the three, could defend the other team's post. Storm switch a little bit, he could defend that position and defend all 5 positions, so they're going to lose a big-time player today.
Now, as for Cape Breton, they've lost 3 in a row. They're coming off a 109-92 loss at the hands of the St. John's Edge. And so they're trying to find their way, trying to snap out of this 3-game losing skid.
Yeah, welcome all the Cape Breton fans watching in. This is a good team. They came in here and got a big win. They didn't have Redpath when they played last time, so he makes a huge difference. So they're much improving. They just this is a big game for them at 2-4 on the season. So it's going to be a fun night tonight on this beautiful Saturday night here in Charlottetown.
And the one thing that Coach Bernardo Fitz Gonzalez said, his team needs to rebound the ball much better than what they've had so far this season. So we're underway here at the Eastlink Center.
Veteran Terrell Burns getting the start in the 5 position.
There's Tate with a drive off the window and in.
And that's a good start for him. Again, coming into the league, he's only had 3 or 4 games in this league, and you start off a game like that is fantastic for him.
This is Aaron Redpath, McMaster University standout.
Yeah, great Canadian player. He burned the Storm last year on a couple different occasions here. So,
and there's a drive, or a pass rather, to Massey, and he gets the deuce. So in the early going, tied at 2.
Massey, one of my favorite players in the NBL. Johnson with a big rebound there.
Here's Redpath for 3, drains it, and Aaron Redpath off to a good start.
And like I said, he is a dangerous player, especially now he's just hit his first 3. He's setting himself up for a big night.
Russell Bird, a deep 3, that hit the iron. Great rebound by Tate. Lost it momentarily, and gets it to White. As I mentioned, White is going to handle the duties at the point. Carter, and that's going to be a foul on Lewis McCullough.
And that's what I'd like to see the Storm do a little bit more. Get him in the post to get him started and get him touching the ball. He's got such good post move, veteran post moves in there. I mean, you want him to get as many touches as he can, and it's going to the foul line all day.
And last week in that victory, Samson Carter, 26 points, 4 rebounds. He was 10 of 21 from the field in that 123-11 win against London.
So we played less than a minute. We got 9 points on the board already. Welcome, fans, if you missed them. This could be up in the 120s, 130 area here today.
Here's Massey, one of the leading scorers in NBLC. Inside, window and in. That's Kenny Jones.
Yeah, just
receiving that pass.
Just a poor switch. I mean, they're doing a cross action switch. You got to be communicating that. You can switch all you want, but you got to really communicate, let your teammates know.
So Highlanders with a 1-point lead. They came in here beginning of the season, came up with a big road victory. That's Chris Johnson. He was in the post and then lost the handle on it.
Yeah, so all eyes are really on Tyree White right now to see how he can handle this this position. Good point guard, but he's getting starter minutes today. So
pick and roll, and White can't finish.
He's got some great looks.
Massey, Johnson stops, pops, can't drop it from the mid-range. Here's Bird again, feeling it, knocking it down with authority. That was a deep 3.
He shoots deep 3s, and you can tell by the rotation of the ball, like, why he's such a good player. Just a beautiful looking stroke out of his hand.
2-point lead here for the Storm. Early going, tried that interior pass, it's picked off. Here's Bird. Tate, they swing it around. Russell Bird wide open. Russell Bird's got it going on big time.
And you know, this is going to drive Fitz Gonzalez to have new fits, because you can't leave Russell Bird to start the game with that wide open.
Averaging 19.3 points per game going into this contest. There's a long-range shot in and out. That was McCullough.
The Storm are getting quality shots here to start. I mean, if you're playing on the road, if you're a road team, you got to get your legs in underneath you quick and defend your own basket better than what we've seen Cape Breton do to start this game.
Talking to Coach Gonzalez before tonight's game, they just got off the bus, a 7-hour bus ride from Sydney. So they're going to have those concrete legs in the beginning of this one. And a little miscommunication, that's going to be Storm ball.
Yeah, that's a nasty trip. 7 hours, so I'll give them a little bit of a break.
Whoa. How's your back after 7 hours on a bus trip from Sydney?
That's a lot of notebook on repeat in the bus.
Here's Baines trying to back down his man, fade away, drains it.
There's the veteran. Just a nice little move to his left, coming back shooting right, gets his bodies and his hips and his shoulder square.
A little bit of a press here from the Storm. 14-7 lead for the Storm. Kenny Jones, he tries to fade away and makes it.
Well, hey, that's a quality post move there. Again, they get it on a switch, so. And this is the thing with Tyree White is that he's getting great looks and getting all the way to the basket, but those little turnovers right there are what separates you. You've got to cut those down and make sure you just get the ball moving. Get it to your shooters, get it to the people who are going to score early in the game.
That's exactly what Coach Kendrick said. Move the ball. Make sure that you're moving the ball. That was his message to Tyree White going into this game. Massey gets it down low. McCullough, and at the death, at the end of the shot clock, that rimmed out for him. Here's Tate looking for options. Gets it to White. White drives in, and the layup is good.
Putting so much pressure on the defense. White has really started off, had a really good start, brought a good energy to that point guard position.
And Redpath directing traffic. They're going to use Redpath and Massey at the point here this evening. Oh, nice up and under move, as that was Kenny Jones.
And can those point guards, we talked about Alex Campbell being able to guard the post on those switches. I'm looking to see if these young point guards for the Storm can do the same. Thus far, they've given up good position, so they have to do a better job of that.
Step back shot by Carter. Jones with the defensive board.
I mean, these players have to be getting tired. We're at the 6-minute mark, very few whistles. I mean, there's a lot of points on the board, so you'll start to see subs coming in here momentarily.
And there's Aaron Redpath. He gets a deuce. And that was Tate. They waved the bucket off, and it'll be a foul on the floor.
And we're going to get our first look at Jamal Reynolds for Cape Breton today, and he was Athlete of the Week or Canadian of the Week that first week. He came into this building, and you probably have the numbers, Peter.
Well, I mean, he had a big game. I think he had 30 points in that contest, if I'm not right. He had 32 points in that game, 7 boards, 9 of 15 from the field.
Amazing.
And right now, he's 4th in NBLC scoring, 22 points, averaging 22 points a game. So you got a double threat Massey and also Jamal Reynolds.
Yeah. So and he's got Jamal coming off the bench. So what a spark here for the rest of the. I mean, look, it's 16-13 right now, and the Storm really controlled the tempo of this game. So Cape Breton did a great job of hanging on, and they looked a little wary, but I mean they're right there. You're really, really happy if you're the Cape Breton Highlanders on the road.
Their big problem, Gord, is that they simply don't rebound the ball very well. I mean, they are dead last in the NBLC. They're averaging 37.8 rebounds a game, and that's not going to get it done. And Coach Gonzalez says that's one area that his team has to get better at. As you take a look at Tim Kendrick having a chat here with his team. If you're just joining us, Alex Campbell not in the lineup. Has got a little bit of a blood sugar issue that they'll take a look at. Hopefully it's not too serious. And for this Storm team, after tonight, their next contest, they head on the road December the 14th and 16th. They'll take on Carl English in the St. John's Edge. And big news with the Edge. Glenn Davis.
Yeah.
Former Boston Celtic.
I mean, Big
it looks
Davey.
like he's gonna sign with the St. John's Edge.
Isn't that great for the league?
That is fantastic for the league.
You know, to get somebody with that much experience, and he's played big minutes in the NBA.
NBA champion with the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I mean, and he was a tenacious rebounder, and he worked, and we're welcome to have him in the league. And it'll really spark some interest too when you want to get out and see this player and when he's in town.
So that should be made official, if not now. I think it is official that he will be joining St. John's, and his first game is going to be against the Storm. Here's Russell Bird, 3 on the shot clock. Misses the jumper, nice rebound. It's flying in there was White. Samson Carter off balance, missed it severely. Now, Cape Breton in transition. And Kenny Jones, he's going to get charged with a charge.
Yeah, and that was Bird taking that beautiful take there. So
take a look at it right here.
Yeah, and a couple subs in for the Storm. Tyler Scott, their hottest player, just subbed in, as well as Robbie, if I'm correct, Robbie Robinson.
He was going to be a game time decision tonight because he had an elbow, went to go see the doc. So he's in there, and we'll see what number 13 can do. Nice pinpoint pass for White. White misses. Easy bucket right there for the Storm that they couldn't make. Mid-range jumper. That was by Massey. Can't make it.
Nice ball movement by the Storm. Wow.
And again, White, he's had a couple of easy buckets here, and he's missed.
He's taking the ball in very nicely.
The shot from downtown.
Yeah, and in our program.
And a big shot by Aaron Redpath there as he hits a triple.
Oh, that's
Carter now sets up.
Oh.
That's in and out.
And what a stroke there.
Redpath can't make that, and here's Samson Carter. He wants to hold it up and slow it down a little bit. Tied at 16, 4:13 remaining in the first quarter.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful pass and a nice lay-in by Robbie Robinson. That was a great pass there by Russell Bird.
The Storm have been moving the ball very well after that timeout, and that's what they need to do. Keep it moving. Chris, don't hold on to it. Really, we've seen a lot of good teamwork out of the Storm team this year.
And this Storm, they're number 1 in the league in assists. 25 they're averaging a game. So that's the one thing that Coach Kendrick has really been impressed with, the ability to share the ball and get everybody involved.
And that was really started with good footwork by Bird. Just gave a little shot fake. So he hit 2 threes, pumps the guy up in the next possession, and gets his teammates an open layup. So good, smart basketball.
So Brad States has come into the game. Schuler is also checked in for the Island Storm. Redpath spots up. That's a 3-ball, and Aaron Redpath.
He's red hot, is what he is. And I told
pardon
you
the pun?
Yeah. We're not going to get into this, Peter. Yes.
Here's Robinson, and he's hacked, and he'll head to the line.
Like, what a Canadian player, Redpath. Just spots up nicely. There's no movement in his body. He just, from elbow to high, and it goes in every time. So, I mean, they got a real good player with a real good Canadian out of McMaster.
So Robinson heads to the line. He'll shoot a couple. And Robbie Robinson averaging 12.3 points per game, 4.3 rebounds. Shooting 50% from the field. Misses that one. Schuler's right there to gobble up the rebound. And Schuler trying to save it. That couple there in the first row with the adult beverages in their hands have to be careful. They almost lost their investment. Tied at 19, late stages of the first quarter.
It's a grabbing foul underneath. It's going to look like it's going to go on States. Yeah.
So Brad States
maybe we'll
gets tagged with a foul.
Maybe we'll ask the fans. On our program, we don't have number 13.
Now, I believe that is Christian Kabongo. It's not on our lineup. There's a drive there by Reynolds, and it's going to be a foul against Cape Breton.
Our YouTube base will help us out.
Yeah, and number 13, I'm guessing it's Kabongo. He has no nameplate on the back of his jersey.
Yeah, and he's out of Morgan State.
Brad States directing traffic, taking it down the lane, loses his footing.
Oh, it's an offensive
An
foul.
offensive foul.
Wow. So watch his left hand. See if there's any action on for his left hand. Oh, I don't.
Oh, that's kind of ticky-tack, isn't it?
Brent Stalker with the call. That's a hard one too.
Yeah.
So look at Tim.
He's talking to the referee. He doesn't agree either. They waved the bucket off, and it'll be a foul against the Island Storm. Tyler Scott, his first of the game. So we've got it clarified here. That is the player with no name on the back of his jersey is Christian Kabongo, number 13.
No, it's
not?
George Williams.
It's George Williams. Okay, now we got it straight. George Williams.
Thanks a lot. These YouTube fans are awesome, man. They help us out. So if anybody knows anything about him, you can keep us pumping information here.
We haven't got a clue who he is.
It's good to bring the fans in. Anything you want to talk about on there, let us know. We're reading the thread here live, so you're part of this broadcast.
Here's Bird being watched by the aforementioned Williams. Good defense, and then, wow, that's another triple for Russell Bird. Williams was locking him down big time and then lost his footing. And Tyler Scott and Schuler fight over that defensive rebound. So a 22-19 lead for the Storm.
Look at the physicality here.
Russell Bird trying to mark his room there on Williams. Turnaround Jay, no good. States gets the rebound. Robinson, top of the key, that rimmed out.
So physical in the key.
Reynolds in transition, drives too hard as he almost goes flying into the first row.
Man, is that the Churchill arm sign? Not the Churchill arm
Not the
signs.
Churchill arm sign. Don't knock that down.
Anyways, one of the Churchill Arm is a famous pub here in downtown Charlottetown. Good curry.
Oh, and some other things that are good there, liquid-wise.
Yeah, exactly. But Schuler definitely was not making a joke about that foul. He fouled him. You know, just put him off balance big time, and that's what happened. So.
Justin Taylor is checked into the game. He drives high off the glass and brought down by Carter.
Good take by Taylor. He's got to be aggressive like that and do exactly that. Just didn't go, but.
Jabari Craig, number 22, into the game for Cape Breton as well. Schuler into the post. Turnaround jumper. And Dominic Schuler, I tell you, this guy's been phenomenal, Gore, coming off the bench for Tim Kendrick.
Well, that was.
Oh, no foul there. That looked like Aaron Redpath putting the shoulder right into Brad States.
States fell down hard on that. Schuler, nice to see him in the post. I like him in the post. He's very strong and low to the ground, and that's a nice battle in there.
Here's Schuler. Lost the handle. Redpath says thank you very much. Behind the back pass for Jamal Reynolds, and that was a circus shot that went for him. Under a minute now in this first quarter. Drive there by Tyler Scott. (26-23) lead for the Storm. Reynolds down the lane, too hard off the glass. There's Jabari Craig with a rebound. And some more good defense here from the Storm.
They'll be able to hold for one shot. I think we got to change in 13 after. We'll talk about the quarter.
12 seconds now remaining in the first quarter.
Spread the floor wide.
Drive there by Carter, and he gets fouled. No.
It's a shot clock. There was discrepancy with the shot clock, and it expired.
Now, it looked like there was 9 seconds left on that shot clock.
Yeah, it's reset itself, so.
Okay, so after the first quarter, 26-23. Who's the mystery man, number 13?
Bematini. Yeah, so
Who was it again?
is it how do you say his name? Femitini? Femitini? I'm not sure. Anyway,
Well, 13 has been a mystery here so far in this contest.
We'll figure it out. He's a pretty good player.
He's good.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks for your help online.
So
too,
we've gone from 13 being Christian Kabongo to George Williams to Fettuccine.
I'll figure it out. We'll figure
We'll figure it out
sometime. At halftime, we'll get it.
Anyways, we got a quarter in the books. Just your assessment of what you've seen so far from the Storm.
Well, the Storm came out, were aggressive. I think Redpath got hot and kept Cape Breton into this game. He's up in double digits already, so that's a big. Everybody else on Cape Breton was slow, but they scored enough to get things going. Storm moved the ball well. Offense isn't a problem, but defense has been a little bit of a problem. So Cape Breton's getting good looks, and they're getting easier shots inside. So the Storm just need to buckle down, figure out they've got 2 new guys in their starting lineup. They've got to figure out how they're going to defend and make sure that they get Cape Breton forcing up bad shots.
Your early thoughts on Tyree White taking over at point guard for Alex Campbell. How do you think he's fared?
He did a good job. I mean, he's getting it to the basket. He probably missed 3 baskets that he'd probably like to have back. But I mean, he was creating for the. Now what we've got to see is, like, Cape Breton will take a timeout. They'll talk about how to play him, and now that's when he's got to become a distributor. So get the shots, get Russell Bird shots, get some of the players that you see that are hot some shots. Samson Carter doesn't have enough shot attempts at this point in the game, so you've got to focus in on getting them some easy looks. But right now, I think Robbie Robinson will probably take over at point here, because they don't have a natural point guard on the floor. So, yeah, or Tyler Scott, usually a 2 or 3 guard, so he never plays point. So I think it's going to be Robinson leading the charge here at the point level.
So we figured it out. 13 is Alou Famatimi, who played at Arkansas, a Toronto native. So we've got that solved.
Yeah.
Loose ball as we begin the second quarter. Brad State's trying to wrestle it out of the pile.
That's really good. Thanks a lot. I love our fans. I love when other fans tune in for the games too. Let us know anything about these players. If you're a host family, if you've had them over, just let us know some details that would make the broadcast more interesting.
3-point lead for the Storm. Here's Tyler Scott. Tyler Scott. Is he going to go off again like he did last weekend?
If he shoots it like that, he's going off. That was his first shot. So he played about 4 minutes without shooting the ball. So really good patience. Tyler Scott's turning into a great pro here.
Redpath gets that offensive rebound. Timmy from long distance. That rolled around, came out. Schuler's in there doing what he does very well. Getting that loose ball.
Scott at the point.
So now they're going to go with Tyler Scott, as you mentioned here. From the corner is Robinson. Missed that one.
And you see, in my mind, that's not the best shot the Storm could get. So they have to keep that ball moving. Lots of time on the shot clock. Get it moving.
And from the corner, Aaron Redpath.
And he is destroying them. He's up. He's 14 points thus far in this game. Great.
Tyler Scott just missed another triple from deep.
That's a heat checker.
And Timmy crossover down the lane through traffic. Can't get the roll. They kick it back out. This is Taylor. He wants to drive. Kicks it out again. Redpath. He misses.
I didn't think it was possible for him to miss.
He's been red hot in this game. Mid-range for Robbie Robinson. That elbow seems to be A-OK as he drains that one. And the Storm, little lackadaisical, getting back on defense. And it's going to be a foul against Brad States. That's going to be his third. He's going to have to sit down. So Bird is going to check in. Tate is going to come in. And Terrell Baines will also come back into the game. So heading to the line here is Tanner Giddings. And last time these two teams met, for Storm really got into some foul trouble that really took them out of their game. You had Russell Bird was in foul trouble. You had Samson Carter. Need to stay away from the foul trouble. The other thing that Tim Kendrick said, they didn't compete in that contest. They need to compete a little bit harder here tonight.
Yeah, and they're doing that. I mean, the ball just needs to move. You just need quality shots. They've got enough shooters on this club. If they can get open looks, they're a very dangerous team.
Down into the post. This is Tate. Tate is fouled. And that's going to be a call against Justin Taylor.
And Tate he looks small out there, but he's 6'4". I mean, I didn't know he had these type of post moves, but I mean, so they're obviously I like the Storm. They're comfortable playing each and every position, and that was a good looking shot.
So Tate misses the first of two. Out of Birmingham, Alabama. And he drains the second one. 32-27 lead for the Island Storm. They've won 2 in a row. Cape Breton, they've lost 3 in a row. Chris Johnson out of North Preston. Johnson feeds it in the corner. Nice fake there by Taylor. He drives. And his hook shot goes a little wild off the glass, but a foul against Samson Carter.
I like the way Cape Breton's attacking, just nice, under control, and get to the foul line. So the game's kind of slowed down a little bit, but both teams are finding out, how they're going to exploit some mismatches and attack, who they're going to attack with. So,
and if you're Coach Gonzalez, you have to be happy. You've had that long bus ride. You're still into this game. We're into the second quarter.
This is exactly how they won the first game. They stayed in the game, and then they shrunk after they had a really strong third quarter. And then they just put it away in the fourth. So, very similar game.
Now there's almost a turnover. Carter. Tate, second chance opportunity. Window went in by Samson Carter.
Tate brings such a athletic presence at that 2 guard, or that potentially that 1 guard too.
Giddings loses it. Turnover there by Cape Breton.
They've got some great rebound in the Storm out of their guards.
Here's Tate. He spots up for a triple, knocking it down.
This is a coming out party for Mr. Tate tonight. Watch out.
And the one thing that we've noticed in the 3 games so far this season, Gord, they are deep. They got players on the bench that could be starters.
Oh, sure they do. I mean, they're showing it here today. Like, that was, to get a layup, offensive rebound, layup, 3-pointer. I mean, now he's attacking again.
Oh,
whoa.
Sweet move by Tate. And Tate and Reynolds, they have a little conversation, and then
he single-handedly got that timeout all by himself.
Take a look at it right here, folks. This is a beautiful look at this.
I'm sorry. Peter, the first crossover is what stoned me. I mean, that crossover at the 3-point line. Watch that one. And that's where the move was won. That is crazy. That's on Jamal Reynolds, too, who's a fantastic defender. Look out for this. Maybe he just needs some minutes and to get comfortable in the league. And things like that are happening. That is world-class moves right there.
Then he got into a little trash-talking session there with Reynolds and then shoved aside Bruce Massey. So right now, it is a 39-28 lead for the Island Storm.
Oh, man.
And so, Tate has looked impressive so far. Tyree White getting a chance to start at the point. He's been very good. So a nice start here for the Island Storm.
Well, welcome to the NBL. And it takes a few games, right, Peter? When you're just coming in, and coach is really high on both those players, White and Tate. And it took them a couple games to get into the rotation. They were playing behind Campbell. They didn't get as many minutes. It's free for them, and you're starting to see what they can do, and it's pretty and he was in the post about 4 minutes ago trying to pick up a foul. He is all over the glass and the ball.
And Jarrell Tate, he played in the Drew League in Los Angeles. You can hang in that league. You can play in almost any league not just in North America, any league in the world. I mean, he's a fantastic player, and he's getting a chance to get some more minutes here.
Yeah, it's not Charlottetown Men's League. Let me tell you that.
A lot of great NBA players play there in the summertime. Franklin Sessions used to play here. He's a 2-time MVP of that league. That's some high-level basketball in Los Angeles. Here's Kenny Jones. Turn around, gets the little hook shot. Storm by 9. Samson Carter, move it around. Bird directing Tate. 12 on the shot clock. This is Baines, baseline, gets rejected. Comes back again, second opportunity, third opportunity. And Jamal Reynolds takes it away. And that will be Storm ball. Jamal Reynolds in disagreement. As head coach Tim Kendrick shouting out some instructions here.
Contact on that screen.
Justin Taylor, he went for a spill on the hardwood. And that's going to be a foul against Chris Johnson as he got tangled up with Samson Carter.
Yeah, and Johnson, we're very familiar with Chris Johnson. Great player. When he gets into rhythm, look out and strong. He can defend that. He can defend down there. This is a nice matchup.
And there's Samson with the deuce.
But that was just a different level of skill for Samson Carter right there.
Reynolds going back the other way. Foul on Tyree White. And Tim Kendrick putting his hands to his head. He doesn't believe it. Take a look and see.
Look at the speed. Yeah, great replay in the truck. Look at the replay action. Well, that's amazing.
I don't know. What do you think?
It's in real time. If our crew didn't slow it down, I would have probably called the same thing as a ref because it happened so fast. But slowing it down, man, I don't know.
So Reynolds makes the first of two. 10-point lead now for the Storm. 7:16 left in the second quarter.
And Jamal Reynolds just puts such pressure on the defense. His speed and quickness. Nice little post up there by Bird.
Sampson thought about shooting it. Gets it into the post, and Terrell Baines, he's going to get tagged with the charge, and he's in disagreement. He's got to be careful here now. If he keeps it up, he's going to get a tee.
He's got to give the ball up. I mean, that's a great take by Reynolds again. So, I mean, Reynolds is out of Toronto. Technically got it. And, I mean, what Baines can't see is what we saw, and you'll see on probably the replay. That was good position by Reynolds. There was nothing funny about that. That was a great ref play.
So Terrell did get teed up, and Lonnie States trying to settle him down, the assistant coach with the Storm.
But you see what we see and what they feel. Jamal Reynolds is giving up 80 pounds.
Yeah.
And he's anticipating what Baines is going to do, puts himself in, and then sells it a little bit. So that's what he's arguing about, is I barely touched him. I'm just making my move.
Here's Chris Johnson. Johnson with the long-range three, misses it, and now the Storm, they want to run. Pass inside for Baines. Baines gets it to go.
And that's the way you get it back, you know. Just come back, run the floor hard.
Johnson, little right-handed hook shot, I guess you could call that. And Johnson on defense forces the turnover. Tate all over him. Here's Massey, kicks it out. Red path, bang, knocking down the triple.
He's almost got 20 points. He's en route. Scoring at this point, he's going to have 45 points. I mean, what a player, but the Storm have to pick him up in transition.
Young man out of Ajax, Ontario, having a great night so far. Here's Massey. on the move. Stops up top of the key.
Daniel Gordon's going to be checking in.
So Gordon, another Ajax player, going to come in, and that is Kenny Jones windowing in. So Daniel Gordon out of Memorial University, going to see some action here. Tate being watched by Redpath. Samson Carter, no hesitation there as he hits for three. Here's Massey, kicks it out. Redpath again, and he finally missed one.
That's a better hand.
Russell Bird back the other way, and that pass is intercepted, knocked down by Tyree White.
Get your track shoes on.
Pace has really picked up here. 4:44 remaining in the second quarter. 46-39 lead for the Island Storm. Redpath, oh, beautiful pass. Can't finish. Second point opportunity there for Jabari Craig. He makes it go.
Expect a timeout one way or another soon. This pace is lightning, and these players are getting a little fatigued.
And they're going to say that went off for Redpath. It'll be Storm ball. 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock. So now coming in is Daniel Gordon, and you and I, we've seen this young man play quite a bit in AUS basketball with Memorial. So he gets his second appearance in the NBL scene. We'll see what he can do. Oh, Russell Bird. And that's going to be a foul on Kate Breton.
Jamal Brown's moving his feet. He's just not strong enough. He's not strong enough right here. When he pushes, it just he loses it. So the one thing that's separating him from the next tier is some time in the weight room. You know, he's a good player. He does everything well, but those type of plays right there, he just got manhandled by Bird.
And the one thing that Tim Kendrick told me today was a player like Tyler Scott, he put on 10 pounds in the offseason, really hit the weights, and now he can't be pushed off the ball like he was last season in his first year in the league.
Makes a big difference at this level. Just every time you move up a level, it's you gotta just the players are just better everywhere.
Same thing with Brad States. Brad States put on 20 pounds. He hit the weights as well, and he's better off for it. So now a 7-point lead for the Storm.
Daniel Gordon's on Redpath to shut him down. So
that's a difficult assignment here off the window. Too much on that one from Jabari Craig, but Reynolds follows up. Tyree White, good first half at the point for the Storm. Spots up, the jumper's no good. Loose ball, Reynolds brings it down.
Gotta get out of there. They're gonna get a foul, but away with it.
Chris Johnson, nice crossover move. Went baseline and missed. 5-point lead now for the Storm. Russell Bird. That's another three for Russell Bird.
Peter, if that didn't go in, I was just about to say we probably could have gotten a better shot, but what do I know? The guy's unconscious. What a shooter.
Young man, not a young man, he's a veteran out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Beautiful three-point shot. He's been on fire in this first half. Back the other way.
Oh.
Little juke there from Tate. And Tate, nice move there by Jarrell Tate.
He is getting some fans in this building tonight. I mean, that was a really good basketball move. Just keep it simple in your dominant hand. Little shimmy, go hard to your dominant hand, get 2 points.
10-point lead for the Storm. White trying to contain Johnson. That was a tough shot. And Bird, he collided there with Gordon. In for White, and no basketball, excuse me, as that's a charging call against White.
Jones took that. I mean, he had a couple options on that fast break too. He made the right one. It's just good defensive play. You got to tip your hat to Jones. That was this is a big moment in the game for this Cape Breton team on the road.
Well, we always talk about it, you know, late quarters, you got to clamp down, do the right things. You can't be turning the ball over in the late stages of a quarter. So we'll see what the defense looks like here for the Island Storm. Who's Massey blows by his man. And again, can't finish it off.
That take, Massey he's frustrated tonight, but man, look at this move. That is gorgeous. Any basketball player out there watching who's ever played says, "Oof, geez, that kid can play." Right there, bang! The speed, the quickness, kept his hips low and drove hard to the basket.
Tonight when I talked to Tim Kendrick, he said about Massey, I mean, just all-round good player. Can do anything for you. And not afraid of that big moment. So you need a big-time shot. You go to number 1 for Cape Breton.
And they've got good pieces. The way Redpath's playing, the way Reynolds is playing, Johnson can get incredibly hot. We've seen him put up huge games here. I mean, they've got a lot of great pieces here, and this team will be just fine.
And Coach Gonzalez, he's been known as a defensive coach, and that's the one element of their game. He's trying to get everybody on the same page, the defensive side of the ball.
Right now, what they need to defend the point of attack better. So the 1 and 2 guards for the Storm have eaten up this Cape Breton team in this first half. You see it with Tate and White. They're really having a good games here.
Here's White. Tyler Scott has checked back in. Scott now driving. And again, that rolled around on the iron. Back the other way. Redpath wants to stop. Looking to drop the 3. 1:32 remaining. Wide open, Tyler Scott, and he misses.
Needed to step in right to the three-point line. There's nobody near him. You need to step in and hit that night. Oh, gonna get dinged for that.
And Tyler Scott, he hacks his man.
Tim Kendrick couldn't believe it, but because that call could have gone either way. Like, it's a strip type foul. I mean, I think you might have gotten some arm, but Coach Kendrick was not happy. He was looking down at his shoelaces to see if they were tied up for quite a while.
So McCullough to the line, makes the first of 2. And if you're Bernardo Fitz-Gonzalez, you got to be happy with the way your team has performed here after 2 quarters.
Well, there was just a 10-point game. Now it's 6. Doesn't sound like much, but it could have gone up to 14 in a very short order.
There's Robbie Robinson as he drains a 3 ball. Robinson and McCullough having a little bit of a conversation. McCullough 1v1 against Robinson. Robinson, and he hits it. Or excuse me, that's McCullough hitting it.
And McCullough took it in the post, took 2 dribbles out, had the wherewithal to turn and hit a 3. I don't think I would have ever done that playing. I mean, you think about the confidence that's running through his veins that he can hit any shot.
Here it is right here.
I mean, who would have expected that out of a post-up? You back it up to the 3. This is not a game of horse. I mean, just amazing talents in these players. To be able to do that, outstanding.
So we talked about being able to close out quarters, and now the Island Storm with just a 6-point lead.
Yeah.
What did you see there from the Highlanders that allowed them to get back into this one?
Well, they took it deep. You saw that drive with Massey. That kind of started it all, even though it didn't go. His player got an offensive rebound, put back to the foul line. And then they got to the foul line again, and they just hit the shot. So that's how you get back in games. You slow it down, especially on the road, and you get to the foul line, and it's working for them. The Storm are coming down, and although Robbie Robinson just hit a 3, and They're getting good looks. The Storm turned it over at crucial times within this last 3 minutes. And you gotta do a little bit better to end that quarter and just keep driving it.
So just 53 seconds remaining here in this second quarter. Just a reminder, folks, you want Storm tickets, come to the Eastlink Center box office or go online, boxoffice.eastlinkcenterpei.com, or you can order by phone, 902-629-6625. Going to be a while before you see the Storm here at the Eastlink Center. Their next game will be Boxing Day, December the 26th. St. John comes to town. And then on New Year's Eve, December the 31st, they're here to Moncton. And Moncton, boy, they are off to a great start. Joe Salerno has that team at 7-0, leading the Atlantic Division. So that should be an interesting game.
Yeah, a lot of weapons on that Moncton team.
Have the best record in the NBLC, 7-0.
They're in a zone now. Cape Breton is in a 2-3.
Tyler Scott. And he missed that one severely. And there's Robbie Robinson. No. That's going to be
foul.
Cape Breton ball, foul on Robinson. And Tim Kendrick wants some clarification at the sideline. He's in bewilderment on what that call was.
Yeah. It's just a hand-checking offensive rebound and foul. There's the basically the makeup.
And there's the foul away from the ball. So McCullough, he's not sure why he got called.
And Fitz Gonzalez looked like he was part of a world figure skating gang there because he spun around after that call. Did not like it. Did a triple axel.
And Bernardo Fitz-Gonzalez, a lot of experience this man has for a number of years, 20 years. He was a pro coach in South America, Argentina, Venezuela, and recently an assistant coach at East LA College, Community College in Los Angeles. So a lot of experience. And as we mentioned, a coach that really prides himself on his knowledge of the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and you see it too. And he's into it. You can tell he cares about his players. He's come to their defense a few times here, and he's really working these timeouts. And Cape Breton was able to stay in this game because they've had good timeouts and they've responded well when they've taken them. Same thing with Coach Kendrick. He's doing a really good job this season of turning the Storm team after a timeout into a very good basketball team. It'd be a neat stat to see how teams react after that first minute after a timeout. How much are they plus minus? And that's a real good indication of the timeouts and the quality.
Well, we saw that last week in that game against London. Things were kind of going off the rails, and then Tim called a timeout, had a little bit of a rah-rah session, and they went on a bit of a run. So, I mean, it can be very effective.
Oh, it sure can. So they're designing a play right now with 15.9 is what the Storm are doing, and Cape Breton's just saying we need to get a stop here. So we're going to switch, or we're going to play Fitz-Gonzalez put a little zone in there a second ago, changed up the flow of things. So here are the matchups. We'll see what comes out of this.
So last shot now, first half.
6, 5, 4.
Samson Carter takes a look at the clock. Step back three, and he misses it. So after 2 quarters of play, the Island Storm with a 56-50 lead over the Cape Breton Highlanders. So we'll take a brief break. We'll come back with third quarter action in just a bit. So 56-50, Storm in front of the Cape Breton Highlanders.
Taco Bag. That's the taste of Mexico, a proud sponsor of the Island Storm. Visit Taco Boys at either University Avenue or their Buchanan Drive location.
think they'll probably go with it until they're talking to Phil Curry about. Phil can't be happy with that. Well, he doesn't always win with football. So yeah. But he's like, he'll cover every football game, every Saturday football game. Yeah. But some of these off games, really? So they're trying to be like a little more like less appreciation. I think for basically for what they're doing for TV, they're getting about 300 people out there. Yeah. And they're all this production for the 300 people. Well, they're not promoting. They're not. That's why you only got 300. And if you're worried about cost, sell the blood. Well, I go give it. We'll sell it. We'll sell it, and then your fee won't be as much. But AOS doesn't want to let go of the advertising. But he'd love to do that because they only have 4 advertising. But we could get 16 and travel, whatever. We could go. When are they going to come down with that? This is we're a UPI on the 4th, right? Yeah. And then it starts back up again. So yeah. If you see some of those Fridays or Saturdays getting canceled, that's what's going on. Just give you a heads up there. When is it? Last week? What? Last week, this last Tuesday we're talking about it.
Welcome back, everybody. Getting set for third quarter action. Peter Ruckazer alongside Gord McNeely. And after 2 quarters, it's a 56-50 lead for the Island Storm. And Cape Breton on the road again. This is almost reminiscent of the game that we saw earlier this season between these 2 teams here at the East Link Center. Mm-hmm. They hung around, and then the Storm, they got into the foul trouble. So,
yeah.
Highlanders have to be very happy with the situation they're in right now.
Oh, they're very happy. Again, Massey's not playing that crazy well right now, according to his standards, but Jamal Reynolds he's 4 points away from a double-double. He had 10 rebounds in the first. So, I mean, Storm need to make a stand defensively, get high-quality shots. That's when they were playing their best. Get that ball moving, get easy quality looks.
So we're underway, third quarter action. Here's Massey, crossover move, fade away, and he drains that. Good start here for the Highlanders.
Yeah, important for him to get going early. And you see what kind of, he's only got 2 points in the first half, so.
And then there's the reply by Tate.
Yeah, beautiful looking shot there.
Or, excuse me, that was Baines with the reply. Massey comes right back, and Bruce Massey Jr. is off to a outstanding start to this third quarter. White, good defense there by Massey from the corner, and Jarrell Tate draining it.
I mean, he's picking up. He's got 13 already. I mean, really fitting into that 2-guard role very nicely. That's a tough shot in the corner.
Made it look easy. 61-54. And Massey with the pickpocket on White. Massey can't make it, and then Bird and White, they almost got their
what a steal.
Signals crossed.
Like this mismatch in the post. Bird's a big, strong guard. He can play in there.
Gets a little contact. That rimmed out. And Bird took a look at the referee. Thought he should have been going to the line.
Little 2-man game, Massey and Johnson.
Here's Massey. Massey, step back. Can't get it. Here's White, wants to go. And then hands it off, and that's Baines.
Yeah. This is automatic as money in the ATM, man. I mean, Baines hits that shot better than anybody in the league.
And Chris Johnson, so both teams firing on all cylinders here on offense to begin this third quarter.
Yeah, lots of offense to start. I mean, we're already at you're already at 60 points basically for each team. Just starting the third.
And Russell Bird.
Forget it. Once he gets his feet set, you can tell. Like, good reverse footwork. His right foot was down first, left foot, and then just gets into a rhythm shooting that basketball. He's got 17.
Russell Bird, great night for number 24. Veteran out of Michigan State. Here's Tate. Tate missed that one.
Look at the rebound.
And, wow, White coming in there for that rebound. Knocked away out of the hands of Baines. Baines is calling for it.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Tons of time.
Here's Tate working on Johnson, baseline. And Chris Johnson is going to get tagged with the foul.
And that was tenacity in the post. I mean, Tate, 6'4". I mean, Johnson's about 6'6".
Here it is right here.
6'5" he's listed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's only an inch in the differential, but you can tell the difference in the size of one of those people's height numbers are a little bit off because Johnson is quite a bit taller. So, but if you have a tenacious post player, it doesn't matter how tall you are, you get your center of gravity low, you could be a good post player.
So now Tate to the line, 66-57 lead for the Storm.
It's a second. This is going to be a fun second half. Don't go anywhere. Grab some popcorn.
Massey working on Carter. Massey drives into the paint. And they're going to call that Cape Breton ball, but Bruce Massey thought he was fouled.
Nice drive to the basket, gathers off his opposite foot. Oh, that's, yeah, he got hammered. I mean, we're all watching the ball, but there was contact from the knee to the shoulder.
Oh, good inbounds pass, as that was Fimitimi getting it to Kenny Jones.
And Fimitimi is now Williams.
He's now Williams. Are we sure?
It is George Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. Went down and checked with him at halftime. Fimitimi's not here
So
yet.
Fimitimi's not here. So we've gone from, who have we gone from?
Oh.
That was Kabongo. As there you see Carter with 3 opportunities, and he's fouled. We've gone from number 13. We've gone from Christian Kabongo, George Williams.
John
Doe. And then we said it was Olufomatimi. It's not him. So now we've gone right back. Full circle. It is George Williams, number 13.
I know. And that's what the original, our fans on Facebook or YouTube said. So 10-point game. 8 minutes left to go. Saturday night in Charlottetown. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, and I'm not blaming the fans. They've been trying to help us out here, so we appreciate that. But now we finally know who number 13 is, and it's George Williams.
Well, it's hard for us because we're asking for help, but we're looking down and we're trying to keep our eyes on everything that happens in this game too.
So hey, listen, we appreciate the help,
great.
folks. Hey, and we appreciate you spending some time with us here on a Saturday evening. Some fine NBLC action. As you take a look in on the huddle there with the Cape Breton Highlanders.
You can bet you the Storm talked about Redpath and shutting him down in the first half. He had 16 points on 6 for 10 shooting. I mean, no turnovers. I mean, it was just in 21 minutes. So some other scores. Jamal Reynolds had 6, but he also had 10 rebounds. So those 2 Canadians are leading this Cape Breton team to the success they had when Bruce Massey only had 2 points. McCullough had 5. And then for the Storm, it was Jarrell Tate. He had 10 points. Russell Bird had 14. Robbie Robinson came in with 8 points. So, I mean, their scoring was a little bit more balanced.
So timeout has come to an end. We'll get back to the action here. 10-point lead for the Storm.
And that man right there going to the foul line has 9 to this point. So he's looking to have a big second half.
Had 26 points last outing against London in that 123-111 victory against the defending champs.
And I don't know if you noticed, like, it's just some little things, but watch how when he's dribbling the ball, he's getting his wrist loose. See how he's getting his wrist loose? So he's getting that motion going, and then he doesn't really snap it down when he shoots it. He kind of just leaves his fingers out there, but that's a good thing to practice for young players, getting that wrist moving so you get that nice hinge.
This is Aaron Redpath into the post for Jabari Craig. And then they steal it. That's Massey Jr., and that rolls around and goes down for 2.
That was his second steal like that in this quarter. So the Storm, it's not done. The possession's not done until you secure the rebound.
Here's Tate.
Look at the space.
Into the paint. That was a circus shot. Can't get the rebound. Massey goes behind his back. He wants to push it. And Williams can't secure the ball, and that hit the head coach, Bernardo Fitz-Gonzalez.
But if you're Cape Breton and, Tate is penetrating into the lane, there was 6 feet in front of him in each direction. You can't have that in this league. You need to have a body on ball.
Here's Bird from downtown. That was close. Rolled around and came out. Johnson, floater, no good. And there's Jabari Craig, second chance opportunity. The Storm getting a little sloppy there.
That was a foul on Massey too. He totally shielded the Storm player from getting back in that play. Watch this. Watch this. He's pushing.
Oh, right there, yeah.
That's a foul on. But it's hard for the refs to see that. I understand that. But I'm just pointing out to the viewers. So good. I mean, it's a good veteran play. I mean, if you can do that, you just got your team a basket. But that's some rebounding errors right now. That's why you're seeing Arsenault come into the game. They need to secure the rebounds here in this third quarter. That's the only thing the Storm are really doing improperly.
So Kyle Arsenault, as you mentioned, checks in, the former Acadia Axeman out of Fredericton, New Brunswick. Here's Carter, drains that. He had Massey all up in his grill, and he still knocked it down.
14 points for him. I mean, what a smooth-looking three-point shot.
That's a tough shot there by Johnson, and Samson Carter is going to get called for a foul.
Yeah, and he's not necessarily happy. Chris Johnson shoots that running. He can go with a little fade each way, but he'll fire up, get that knee up, and shoot that ball. And that time it worked for him, but he's been struggling a little bit in this game, Johnson. So he's looking to turn on his own offense here.
74-63 for the Storm.
That's only his third point of the game. So Johnson's looking to get things popping and rolling here.
He's averaged 11.5 points per game heading into this one. Young man out of St. Bonaventure University. Played last season here with the Storm. Tyree White.
Oh, nice fade.
Nice pass over for Simpson. One-hand jam.
Woohoo! Hey, that was ball movement right there. Watch that play happen. A little fade screen to the corner. And you can't defend the shot and the drive at the same time. And Carter showed you why.
Carter throwing it down. Here's Williams. Off-balance shot. And he hits it.
And I mean, Cape Breton's defense is allowing a lot of stuff in their defensive end. So they've got to pick it up here on the road.
Oh, look at Tyree White. Good second effort. Got his own rebound and converted. Massey, spin move. Loose ball, and that's Carter with the rebound. Tyree White has been very impressive at the point here. Just joining us, Alex Campbell, unable to go tonight. Inside, Tyler Scott floater is good.
Good
Little
job.
bit of contact. He runs into the referee.
Kyle Arsenault had to spin about 3 times there with the ball. Good job of keeping it secure and finding the open guy.
Williams, no-look feed. Window and in. Kenny Jones.
Yeah, good cutting itself. Cape Breton needed that basket. And this is a critical juncture. It just feels like the Storm are winning a lot of these battles here in this third quarter.
Foul on Kenny Jones on the floor. And now some wholesale changes here, it looks like. Schuler's going to come in. States will check in.
Yeah. Reynolds is into the game for Cape Breton.
And number 9, Reynolds in there. There's a shot from the corner.
And Craig as well. 6'10", Craig is, so.
Next few possessions going to be key here, as you mentioned, for the Highlanders. There's Brad States into the paint. And a rejection there by Craig. But it's going to be a foul on number 22 for Cape Breton.
Yeah, good take by States. Look how under control he is on this. Makes a nice move, gets his defender thinking. And he just cuts and he goes right to the basket. So the hands come over, and that's really positive for States to get himself into this game as a substitute in this third quarter.
So it's 11-point lead now for the Storm. What do you want to see the Storm to continue to do?
You know, sorry about that. Somebody was just correcting me. That was Kenny Jones into the game, 22. I was just looking at that.
No,
22
we
right.
Jabari Craig. We're right this
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I was like, oh, questioned myself. But the Storm, yeah, they need to just buckle down, clean up rebounds. If that was rebounded, they've got to get the rebound and secure it and go the other way. Their offense looks good and crisp. Keep that ball moving and get the best shot possible.
10-point lead now for the Storm. Here's Schuler now, wants to drive. Floater, gets it back again. Up high now for States.
Still lots of time on the shot clock.
States working on Williams. Here's Kyle Arsenault. Kyle Arsenault for 3, missed that one.
Just looking for contact there. Got to get him there. Tyler Scott's picking up red path. He's been quiet this third quarter.
Corner 3. That was Taylor. He missed. Tyler Scott's going to try his luck. Schuler tried to sky for that rebound and can't get it. There was Jabari Craig. Williams, high glass, gets the roll.
And these shots will start falling for Cape Breton. They've missed a lot of those kind of in-between shots.
Arsenault for 3. Couple opportunities from downtown for Kyle Arsenault. He's missed.
He's one of those players, he hits one and he can hit about 10 in a row. So he works on that craft pretty hard. And I like Arsenault's game. Just nice square. He can penetrate. Was a good player for Acadia. And played a little bit of pro ball in Ontario, and now he's found a nice home here with the Storm.
With Kitchener last year. Samson Carter, excuse me, he comes back in. Russell Bird will check in. So White and Arsenault will take a seat. 3:03 remaining in the third quarter. Cape Breton trying to get back into this one. Little contact there. Taylor against States. And Storm turned the ball over.
Oh, good
and then they
hustle.
get it right back. Good hustle there by Brad States, Gordon.
Yeah, it was a hustle by Tyler Scott to get his hands on that rebound. And I mean, Cape Breton's throwing a little bit of fight there in that. And see, this Tyler was being pulled with his right hand. Finds a way, tries to knock it in.
Yeah.
Look at Brad States coming flying in. He's coming cross court, so that's a lot of effort for a big man. Saves his team a possession.
Carter against Craig. States comes in to help him out. States doing a great job of saving that ball. Here's Tyler Scott off balance. States gets the rebound, and he's fouled.
Huge basketball play by the UPI duo.
And here you see great second and third effort by the Storm team. Look at States saving that ball, Gord. And then he gets in the...
He goes right to the basket,
Yeah.
gets an offensive rebound. Amazing. Thanks for the update, Andre. London and the Riptide are playing tonight, and
That's
it's
right.
25-23 for London, end of the first quarter. It's a great update. Hi, Tanya. Thanks for everybody using the feed there. We read all your comments.
St. John team that came up with a big win, their first win of the season against Sudbury. Sudbury currently tied for first with London in the Central Division. Both those teams at 4-2. Here's Williams, short little J.
He's starting to feel it too a little bit, playing well.
Especially when we found out who he was. He started playing a lot better,
Yeah.
I think.
Nice cut.
Inside for Schuler, lost the handle. And they're going to say that that is Cape Breton ball.
So Cape Breton has done an even better job of staying in this third quarter because the momentum was all in the Storm's favor, and they've just stayed right where they are. Not in a bad position to be on the road for sure.
Redpath, tough shot, makes it.
Just tenacious. He just doesn't stop. Just continuously works, does the little things. Big part of this Cape Breton team.
He's had a whale of a game here this evening for Cape Breton, trying to snap a 3-game losing skid. And there is Samson Carter. Mr. Katea
That's what he does.
comes back and drains a triple.
He's up to 17 points. Maybe 19 points in this one for sure. So I mean, he can score. He can do it all.
Williams spin move, that's sweet. As George Williams looking under control there and getting 2.
Yeah, really good. He's got 6 points in this quarter, and he's starting to feel it. So this Cape Breton team needed a spark from somewhere.
Brad States, 9 on the shot clock. Schuler misses it, and Reynolds, he'll bring it down.
And they got to finish strong. This lineup looks a little tired.
Williams misses the triple. Bird, defensive rebound. Carter's going to try his luck. Great job by Schuler to save that play, and then Carter can't hang on. Back the other way, Reynolds! And he is fouled.
Reynolds in the open court is like a track star. When he gets going,
Unbelievable speed.
well, it's effort and speed, and watch, once he starts going, he's just goes. He's gone. Look how much pressure that is. 3 dribbles coming right at your basket.
So he'll head to the line. 86-79 lead for the Storm.
Yeah, having a great game here. He will have a double-double tonight.
And as we mentioned off the top of the broadcast, 4th in the NBLC in points per game with 22. So they got 2 major scoring threats in Reynolds and Bruce Massey. This will be the last shot of the third quarter. Russell Bird working against Taylor. Gets double teamed. Oh, and a little miscommunication between Bird and Carter.
They weren't going to get a shot off anyway there if that pass is going out. So not the best finish to that quarter by the Storm. I mean, and it had a lot to do with Cape Breton. Just Williams came in and just hit some mid-range jump shots, and they got some critical offensive rebounds and put the pressure on the Storm. The Storm were coming down and shooting maybe a little bit out of sequence, which didn't allow them to rebound the basketball and get into a flow of the offense. So, I mean, both these teams have to have a strong fourth quarter here to start. And I think if the Storm can get this crowd into it, they could take this basketball game.
Seen some of the highlights from the third quarter. Just saw before that play, you saw that Tyree White corner 3. And there you see Bruce Massey, the crafty veteran, making a play there. And again, once again, I talk about Cape Breton. They're looking pretty good right here going into the fourth quarter, only down by 5. If you're Coach Gonzalez, what are you preaching in that huddle?
You're like, okay, believe in each other, keep working the basketball around, take the best shot you can, and if all else fails, give it to Massey.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know.
And they've done it seems to the eye, a better job of rebounding the ball.
Yeah, they did it. They just played well together. They were just getting good shots. They're starting to take advantage of that type of penetration right there. So they scored a lot right in that 8 to 10 foot area. off of penetration, wasn't there, come back, and these pros can hit that shot. I'd like to see the Storm find a few of those shots, those mid-range shots, and in this fourth quarter. You got to get Russell Bird back into that rhythm of things, and some of their other keys that were big instrumental pieces at the start of this game. Yeah. Samson Carter's another one.
I mean, Russell Bird was just simply in fuego in those first 2 quarters. I mean, he didn't miss anything.
Yeah. I want to say a big shout out to my friends in the valley watching. My daughter's down there watching. Kiera, do your homework. No, she's 22. She doesn't.
She's graduated.
She's graduated. She's a master's student. So. Thanks a lot for tuning in.
She's going to Acadia now?
Oh no, she's down in Acadia right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right now, but she goes to Dalhousie University. Yeah.
So she's taking her master's at Dalhousie.
Physio, yeah. I don't help her out anymore with her homework.
And there's Samson Carter, excuse me. My dyslexia kicking in as he knocks down the 3.
You got to do the work for him so he can plant his feet, set, and score.
Redpath trying to reply. Loose ball.
Look at the hustle.
Good hustle, Russell Bird and Tyree Wright doing a great job. And then that ball knocked away by Justin Taylor.
You need a good shot out of this out of bounds play. I want to see the Storm set good screens, get something good for either Bird or Carter.
White, Tate gets it into the post for Bird. He kicks it out. Here's Robinson, baseline, can't get it to go, and then following up on the play is Tyree White.
So beautiful, Peter. I just get excited because they did everything I love. Put him in the post, put Bird in the post, let him work out of there. Defense collapses, gets a great shot.
Oh, behind the back pass as Redpath got it to Justin Taylor. He tried to jam it, missed on the first attempt, and then put it off the glass on the second.
Yeah, it's that would have been a great jam, but his kind of, you're driving a standard car, you know when you stall it going uphill, that's what happened to him there.
And that pass is no good. Tate saying, isn't that a foul on my teammate Russell Bird? They're not going to get the call. Here's Redpath pushing the pace. Redpath. McCullough. Step back 3. Boom. Just like that. Wow. Nice shot by McCullough.
Huge point in the game to hit that shot. Remember he hit that shot in the first half where he posted up, then he pulled it back out for 2 dribbles. You love his confidence, and it couldn't have come at a better time. So forces the Storm to take a timeout with 10 minutes and 29 seconds left. They'd like to keep those timeouts till later on in the fourth, but the Storm take a good one right now.
So 91-86, and this Cape Breton team, boy, they're just hanging around. Here's the McCullough 3-ball.
Yeah, a little bit unconventional form, but you know, you can have unconventional form as long as you see where he ends that shot. Everything's up. His hand is so high. His fingers are releasing right at the basket. It doesn't really matter for him where his elbows are. I mean, he just gets it up, puts it in good position, and then lets it fly.
So the Storm, see what they can do here. Last 10:29. Island Storm, this will be their last home game for a bit. December the 14th, they'll be back here at the Eastlink Center, or excuse me, December the 26th, they'll be back here at the Eastlink Center. They'll take on St. John. 14th and 16th, they head out on the road. They go to St. John's to take on Carl English and the St. John's Edge. 21st December in Sudbury, and 23rd they'll be in Windsor, Ontario. So they make their Atlantic Division trip there.
And listen, the Storm have had a chance to get this game to that 10-point mark and increase the lead from there. Haven't been able to do it. They keep getting to 10 and it keeps falling back. They need to go on a little bit of a run and start to become a championship-like team where you can extend that lead.
I said Atlantic Division trip. That'll be the Central Division trip. St. John's still in the Central Division. 8
Nice
seconds
post.
on the shot clock, and that goes off the hands of Carter.
That was the right idea. They did everything well in that possession.
Redpath has done a great job at the point here this evening for Cape Breton. Crossover by Reynolds, too strong off the glass.
Behind.
And that was a turnover forced by Reynolds. Massey mid-range, that was in and out.
The Storm got lucky there. That would have been a big basket coming the other way. You got to take care of that basketball.
Back the other way is Tate. Woo.
Man,
He just drove by his man.
that is a high percentage, beautiful basketball shot right there.
9:31 remaining in the fourth. Here's George Williams. Baseline as Russell Bird goes for a tumble. Tate grabs the loose ball, back the other way. Tate drives, lays it in.
Same type move, Peter. I mean, that's what you do. When you are an athlete like that, they're just sweeping up water. There was a lot of bodies on the ground there last possession. Good job by the refs. You love to see the refs do that. Doesn't matter when it is. Water on the ground for these athletes.
So here's Tate. Look at the moves.
Yeah, and it's just such intricate work on the, well, you'll see it again here. Watch. Just a little shimmy with your feet gets the defender off balance, and you get control of the possession. You decide which way you want to go. Amazing talent.
95-86 for the Storm. Little teardrop there from Bruce Massey. He's trying to energize his team here, try to keep him in this game.
Against sick defense as well.
Robinson. Bird for three. Missed that one. And Reynolds got his hand up on that play. McCullough inside for Jamal Reynolds. He gets the hoop and the harm.
Jamal Reynolds is having a great game again here in Charlottetown.
Take a look at it.
So that top guy had to slide down a bit. You have to slide down and get in front of the basket. But the Cape Breton put from center to the basket they're trying to attack incredibly fast.
Reynolds makes a three-point play. And now Terrell Baines is going to come back in, and Robinson will sit down. Just a 4-point lead now for the Island Storm. A couple of occasions it looked like they were going to really pull away, and Cape Breton, they're hanging on.
Yeah, they're in a really good position right now.
Bird. Tate trying to spin on Redpath and throws that ball away. So some communication problems here for the Storm.
See, the Storm aren't used to that. Everybody on the weak side of the floor crashed in thinking there was going to be a shot, and there was nobody for him to pass to. So
McCullough wide open for three, and McCullough on fire. And now Storm have a 1-point lead. Carter wide open. Can't make it. Rebound by Tate. Oh, that was tough. There were 4 Cape Breton players around him, and he was able to get it off the glass.
that was absolutely amazing. So many reasons. What an offensive rebound, and to find the backboard. He was underneath it.
Turnaround for McCullough. Missed that one. So buckle up, folks. We're in for a good finish.
Yeah, the Storm need a good shot right here.
Samson Carter. Get it over here for Baines.
Oh, nice
Bird
pass.
off balance. Good pass. And a foul on Tate.
I love Russell Bird in the post. He just put so much pressure on defenses. Look at this pass. He's falling over a player, and I mean, just fantastic basketball. Something that the Storm didn't have last year, a post player that can really make things happen down there. It's just a sign of a player that has incredibly high basketball IQ. It's just, and the Storm have that this year with Russell Bird, and it's great to watch.
Couple of fouls against Cape Breton, and then the Storm, they bobble the ball. And again, some communication problems here.
Yeah, difficult to swallow there. Just don't like turning the ball over and out of bounds plays.
Williams. Look at that move by Williams. That's a tough shot. And he can't drain it.
This Cape Breton team is very resilient.
Coach Gonzalez would be very happy the way they play defense in this one. And Redpath. He gets charged with the foul. And now we've got a stoppage of play, and Williams is going to come out. And Kenny Jones will come back in here.
Yeah, and Kenny Jones is coming in because Terrell Baines just made that post move, so they need some more, a bigger presence down low.
Carter working on his man. That's McCullough. And a foul on Samson Carter.
And you see, that's one where Carter can really pull up. Watch after the second dribble. First dribble, second dribble, you could pull up there and get a floater type shot. And that's where I think he's got it in his game. I've seen it. So just, you know, I'd like to see that and then get the ball in the basket. And he's got such good touch, he can hit that.
In the corner now for Redpath. Step back, misses it, loose ball. And that's going to be Cape Breton ball.
They need to get, yeah, I was thinking about that. Carter hadn't subbed in a while, so they need to give him a quick blow. He's only going to get about a minute and a half or 2 minutes here before coming back in to finish this game.
So Brad States will check back in. And now they're adjusting the shot clock here. Got it down to 14 seconds. There's Redpath up high. McCullough throws that one up. Loose ball. And that's Jabari Craig.
Oh, you heard
He
himself.
picked it up, and then he's going to get charged for the foul. And down is, that's Terrell Baines.
He's grabbing his knee.
Wow, that's not looking very good. And Brad State's waving to the bench. Need to get somebody out here to take a look at him. Drove right into his knee there.
Yeah, and hopefully it was a knee on knee and not a twisting type motion.
So he's up under his own steam, so he seems to be okay. He's going to stay in the game, so that's good news. That was kind of scary there. Here's Tate trying to find some maneuverability. Foul against Cape Breton.
And Tate can turn on the Jets so fast. Good play for the Storm young guard.
Harry Scott inbound the ball. Here's Tate.
You have a size mismatch in the post right there.
Oh,
Nice.
beautiful move. Nice pass there by Bird.
The biggest basket of the game for the Storm.
Got it to Terrell Baines, and he got two. 99-94. 5:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Weak side foul 24-44. 24. Bird.
Watch this pass here. As Cape Breton sleeping a little bit on defense. Massey. Oh, nice vision there by Massey to find Reynolds, and then States a little hook on him, and States takes the foul.
Look at this action on the baseline. Like, that's what you do. Don't stay in the same spot. If you're like Jamal Rez is a slasher, right? So if you're a three-point shooter, like let's take like Larry Bird, you just stay out there. You wouldn't make that cut. You'd be like, stay out there, Larry. But Jamal Rez is so fast. He's like he's this guy like a Tracy McGrady type player,
Right.
where he's just moving all the time, and I mean, he's done so many good things here for this team tonight.
Storm's lead now by down to 4. Make it 3. And once again, things tightening up for the Island Storm. Tate. Samson Carter trying to back down his man. Little hook shot, and it goes.
Yeah. Storm last 2 possessions got really high quality shots.
Check that. That was Baines.
So I'd say it's looking for a 3-second violation.
That was Baines with that hook shot for 2. 101-96.
So the Storm recently have gotten good shots. They're going to try to continue that on here.
Tyler Scott over for Bird. Baines looked like he was going to set a pick. And that pass off the hands of Baines, who's got it.
That's Storm basketball.
Storm ball.
They only got 5
on the shot clock here, yeah.
I have to get something quick. I'd bring Tate up to the top on this and let him penetrate.
See what Tyler Scott can do. Gets it to Tate, as you mentioned, up high for 3. And he missed that one. McCullough. Oh, nice crossover. Drives. Loose ball. Bird gets it. Here's Bird pushing the pace. Almost out of the reach there of Tate. Tate, nice move!
What?
Two-handed slam. What a move by Tate.
Wow. There's your replay of the week, NBL Canada.
Whoa. Whew. Tate and White have just been superb here tonight for the Storm. Little bump there by Craig. And a foul on Bird, and he has a look of bewilderment on his face.
And great post move by Kenny Jones. Big time basket for his club. It's a big basket because it destroys the Storm momentum they just had after a ridiculous play. And I mean, and now he's going to the foul line for 1, so they can set their defense at the same time.
Stop the clock, too.
Stop the clock, and the Storm have been pretty good here on their transition offense. So they've been really getting great shots because Tate's really penetrating in, and you saw some explosive hops there.
And it seems that's been the case here in this fourth quarter. Whenever the Storm, they get some momentum, Cape Breton, they come right back to close the gap.
Yeah, and there's that was just a McCullough's cross. There's that post move too. But McCullough's crossover before, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, that was very sweet.
Woo.
And that
he
goes,
missed the shot, but
yeah.
I mean, still, it shows good signs for this Cape Breton club. They've got a lot of great pieces.
Down by 4. Still plenty of time left in this one. 3:48. Redpath setting things up here. 10 on the shot clock. Redpath into the lane. That's a tough shot, and he gets it. Aaron Redpath has been unbelievable here tonight, number 11 for Cape Breton.
Yeah, just made a shot out of nothing.
Cape Breton down by 2 now. Baines trying to spin on Massey. They say it went off Bruce Massey last, and so it'll be Storm ball. 7 on the shot clock.
Expect coach to bring back Carter pretty soon. Carter has to get back on this floor here to end this game.
Baines a little out of control. Bird from deep misses. And Jabari Craig with the defensive board. Here's Reynolds. And they're going to call Reynolds for the charge. Russell Bird stood in there and took it.
Oh, here comes Samson Carter too. That's a great, huge play by the veteran Russell Bird. I mean,
You can make plays offensively, but the ones defensively win you games.
See the collision there. And now Samson Carter back into the game. And Russell Bird doing some work on the floor. You've seen that a couple of times. He hasn't been happy with the sweeper, so he does it himself. So here we go into crunch time now, folks. 2-point lead for the Storm. Scott will try for three. Misses.
Yeah. Good look for Scott. I mean, this place was about to erupt. Now you got to get back. You got to start talking quite heavily right now. They got a big mismatch down low.
Good job there to deny the pass into the post. And then Bruce Massey follows up, gets the hoop and the harm. Wow.
And I mean, that's why he is as good as he is. He can just create shots, and it's Massey time right now.
That's what Coach Kendrick said about Bruce Massey, you know, not afraid of the big moment, and that was as big a moment for Cape Breton as there has been, and now they've taken a 1-point lead.
And Cape Breton is winning the 6 to 8 foot shot range. That's where they've scored a lot of their offense. Red Path, you saw it before, and they've really made a field day. So the Storm have to take that mid-range away.
Tate on the drive, pass inside, and White is unable to hang on to that pass. So things a little helter-skelter here for the Storm, and a timeout called, and they're going to have to get their wits about them here because this Highlanders team, boy, they've hung around, Gord. They've hung around, and now they've got a 1-point lead. They got a shot at this game.
Yeah, and Carter, Samson Carter's over there. He's hot. He's trying to get his team fired up. And the Storm had a good possession, but really point of attack. Cape Breton did a good job with Massey, McCullough, Redpath. They're able to attack and get to that 6 to 7 foot range, and they're connecting. For 3 quarters, they didn't hit that shot at all, but now they are, and it's been the difference. They've come back from 10 down in this half, and I mean, it's not like the Storm playing bad. It's just the Cape Breton Highlanders are hitting that important shot, and that's their game. They don't have natural 3-point shooters like the Storm do, but they're winning those battles here today. So the Storm have to make sure they get a good quality shot here next possession. They got to go stop, score, stop, and if they do that, they're going to be in good shape here.
Take a look at that Storm huddle, and Coach Kendrick trying to get his troops to finish on a high note here, down by 1. They've bled most of the way in this game. And Bernardo Fitz-Gonzalez, boy, his team has had a real gritty game here.
And Tyree Wright's talking to the ref about that last play. He wanted contact on that dump down. He lost the ball out of bounds, so you're not going to get it now, but it's good to make your case. So they got to stop. We'll watch to see if they can stop penetration, Peter.
George Williams, he's on the ball. Step back, and he hits it for 2. Wow, big bucket by George Williams.
Yeah, and they did stop penetration, but you're just not expecting Williams to hit that, to pull back and hit a tough 20-foot shot.
Bird, floater, misses.
Still lots of time left. It's a 3-point game here. Momentum's in Cape Breton's favor.
Storm need a stop here. Redpath into the paint.
And they stopped that 6 to 8 foot area that I was talking about right there. So, but then this,
and that's a foul on Tate.
Well, it's funny, that call came from the weak side of the floor. I couldn't even see where the ref is. Can you see, can the ref see in there?
Oh.
The call might have been better off from the other side of the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ticky-tack with 1:28 left in professional basketball. That's a ticky-tack foul.
That's a tough one against the Storm, and Massey hits the first of 2.
So the Storm have to do the work for their 2 scorers right now. So Bird or Carter, or put Bird in the post, and that always works well. I mean, they missed one, so 2-possession game.
124, Storm down by 4 to the baseline. That's Tyler Scott looking very good on that play.
Attacked with confidence. So again, everybody's standing on their head defensively. Just don't make a mistake mentally.
Storm looking for a stop. Massey defers to Redpath. Craig comes up high to set a screen. 5 on the shot clock. Massey now trying to turn the corner. Oh, rejection by Tate. And then Tate has a look at Massey, and then Sportsman picks him up off the.
That was a nice little slip screen, a
deck.
high-low screen there to get that ball.
Whoa,
yeah.
Big time rejection.
So you got to protect the basket here. So they're going to try to run a back screen for number 21. I can guarantee it. Kenny Jones, you can't allow anything over the top here. Massey's going to set the screen.
Only 1 second on the shot clock.
But they can't have an alley-oop here.
Throw it up. Little tip was no good. Try to get it to Massey. Now under a minute. Storm down by 2. Bird.
Nice
This
move.
is Tate. Nice move. Drives.
Yeah.
Window and in. What a beautiful move by Tate.
Oh, this game, though, Peter.
And we are tied at 107
Oh, boys.
apiece with 41.5 seconds remaining. And Jarrell Tate, what a beautiful move down the lane.
Oh, did you see that shimmy? He shimmied. Oh, that was so nice. That's off the dribble, too. That's not, I mean, what I mean by that, he starts the move off the dribble. That's tough to do in basketball. Once that left foot hits, he goes up, finds rim, and spins the ball. I mean, this young man is very good, and you just showed you why. He's really finding his own.
And he has had some unbelievable drives in this game. Been very elusive.
Amazing. And we could, we could also show his dunk, but it's a way back. I mean, the crew would have a tough time finding it, but what a great job our crew's done tonight. I hope you're enjoying the amazing camera work here from Universal. I was going to say studios. They'd probably get studios if they keep broadcasting like this, but 41 seconds left. This game is all tied up.
And what has been impressive has been the play of both White
There's
and
the dunk.
Tate.
They found it.
Yeah, they found the dunk. And, boy, he just blew by his man.
Man.
Very
Here it
impressive
comes again.
night.
Watch. Same kind of move.
Look at that. Wow. Just blew by his man. So Jarrell Tate been very impressive in this one. Tyree White has come in, filled in for Alex Campbell at the point. Alex Campbell, if you're, again, just joining us, little blood sugar issue. Running some tests on him, talking to Coach Kendrick. Doesn't think it's going to be too serious, and he should be back soon, but don't want to take any chances. But you're seeing today the depth of this Storm team.
Yeah. So this is an important stand. Tyler Scott's out of the game. He'll be coming in on offense in a second, so it's an offensive-defensive substitution.
See what the Storm can do on D. 32 seconds remaining now in regulation.
They're trying to get it to right there. They're trying to get it to the Massey. Balls on the floor.
He lost it.
Oh, my goodness.
White has it, gets it to Tate.
There's an open path.
Tate drives. Oh, rejection. It's picked up by White.
No.
Oh, what a save.
Blocked.
And it was blocked again.
No.
Wow.
What?
Whose
Cape
ball
Breton
is it?
basketball.
They're saying it's Cape Breton's ball.
What?
Wow. Explain what happened there.
Wow, you try. There was just a bobble here. So it's a bobble. The Storm were all over it. Then they're going. This is where they could have maybe slowed it down a little bit, but the path is there.
Yeah.
It's just a great defensive play, but it looks like Reynolds. Ball comes in, he gets back in the play. Reynolds saved this basketball game.
Wow.
If Cape Breton goes on to win, they should give the game ball to Jamal Reynolds. He made 2 ridiculous plays. Unbelievable talent.
Wow, what great action. And so 11.7 seconds remaining. What are you devising here if you're Tim Kendrick?
Well, Tim Kendrick saying he's trying to find a way. He's trying to put his best defender on Massey right now. He's the guy that's going to hurt us. McCullough should be on the floor. Red Pass going to get a sniff. But you've got to make sure you just continue with your game plan. Switch the screens, okay, and don't allow them anything easy. If the ball goes in, I think he's got a timeout left. He'll call that timeout and advance the ball to center. But you need your 5 players locked in on defense, which they have been the last 2 minutes. But and then they come back down. They're not going to have much time. I think this game could easily go into overtime here. Cape Breton is trying to they're going to run a high screen. So they're going to try to get the ball they're going to bring it down. Massey's going to come up from probably the right side of the floor, grab the ball, and then he'll have an option to go off his post player, left or right, or attack the basket. But I don't know that. I'm just predicting.
We'll see what happens here. But, yeah, I mean, listen, their first option is Massey here, no doubt about it, I would think.
I see you, Matthew, online. I see you. Yeah, so, I mean, that's it. They're talking about he was very instrumental in other games.
Get it to Massey. 10 left on the
Here comes
clock.
No, they're going to clear right out.
There's Massey. Get some contact. Loose ball there. And Reynolds can't make it. And we're going to overtime.
And Massey wants a foul on that. And he's got a very strong argument. I mean, I was just holding my breath. And I think the Storm players were too. Look at this. Watch. So you got him up in the air.
That's contact there. Isn't that
That's
a foul?
Contact. It's a short shot. Look at this play at the basket.
Right there.
And this ball was live. That ball, if that ball went in, I mean, that was McCullough, I think, 6, right? Oh, and he knows
like
it
Reynolds.
Too. Reynolds. Yeah, 9, sorry. We're watching the monitor here. I mean, what a sequence, Peter.
There were almost 2 fouls, 3 fouls, though, on that sequence there. The Storm, they got away with one, don't you think?
Yeah, they did. There was definitely contact, but, you know, it's just so difficult. I mean, if you're Cape Breton, you're like, yeah. This game has been ref very, very well. I guess it just becomes a judgment call at the end of the game. You kind of want to see your teams win it on a shot somehow. But it's up to the refs to make that call. And I mean, Cape Breton did a great job. They had 2 offensive rebounds. It's kind of like everybody was holding their breath here. I mean, but we are going to overtime, which is, I think, a good way to end this game.
And, you know, when these 2 teams met here back on November the 17th, it was 122-109 in favor of Cape Breton. It was a lot closer than that, really, folks. And so these 2 teams, they put on 2 outstanding games here at the Eastlink Center.
Yeah, as you see some fourth quarter highlights there was a lot of them on both sides. But I mean, if you're Cape Breton, you've got a really good shot to win that game. I mean, they did everything right. So we're playing 5 extra.
So see that bucket right there by Baines. And we're getting ready now for overtime here. 107 apiece. Storm and the Highlanders. And Cape Breton, they go into this game with a 2-4 record, currently in 4th place in the Atlantic Division. This would be a massive win for them. For one thing, would snap a 3-game losing skid.
Yeah, so the Storm need that same defensive intensity.
Craig with the drive, and he gets the deuce.
And the Storm with switching error in overtime is not acceptable, because you have to call that out.
That was Jones, with the drive for 2. Here's Russell Bird down the lane, and Russell Bird is fouled.
Yeah, just got the step on Williams, and that was great. Left-handed, gets back into the offensive player, or defensive player, sorry. That's the guy you want at the foul line if you're the Storm.
Just underway with overtime here. Bird to the line. Russell Bird in that victory against London had 17 points, 9 boards, and he misses the second shot. 1 point lead now for the Highlanders.
Breton Massey here. He's going to look to take care of most of the offense, I think.
Here's a mid-range shot. That was in and out.
Good decision by Carter to slow it down. You don't need the fast break right now. You need Cape Breton to play defense.
White into the post for Baines. Baines working on George Williams, and Baines is going to head to the line.
They were playing a little cat and mouse, kind of you hit me, I'll move. Kind of there's a push at the start, and then the kind of reaction back to try to get Baines off balance and the swipe down.
There you see the hack there, yeah.
Great replays, guys.
Baines, wow. Missing the first one. This was a big problem for the Storm last season. Free throw shooting.
Which we won't talk about right now, Peter.
Yeah. Shooting 76.3% this season from the free throw line, and there, Baines makes the second shot.
It's physical over there, right? You see that? A lot of hand action. Good defense by Bird.
Tied at 109 inside for Reynolds, and he's fouled.
And they just don't have an answer for Reynolds' cutting ability. See him underneath the basket? He just cuts that baseline so fast and gets himself in great position. He's not scared at all down there. Just made a huge difference in this basketball game.
I'm going to talk about the
not free throws.
Yeah, I am going to talk Cape Breton this time. So they're shooting 74.8%. Yeah, that was kind of an inopportune time for me to talk about the problems last year from the free throw line, wasn't it? Anyways.
Oh, it's fun.
109 apiece here. Been a great game between the Storm and the Highlanders. Reynolds has been exceptional here for Cape Breton. He makes the second shot. 2-point lead now for the Highlanders.
And they've hit 4 free throws versus the Storm's 2 in overtime. So
3:35 remaining in overtime. From the corner, that rolled around and came out. That was Baines from his office. Here's Williams. He'll set up. No good.
Nice
Carter
rebound.
gets the rebound. Wow, with
This
authority.
is important. Whoa, White. You got to relax with that ball. So that's what I'm talking about. Even when he got that rebound from Carter, put it to White. White's got to relax. We're in overtime here. Relax it. Make Cape Breton play defense and go to your best scores. You can't be into all this fast break action right now.
Trying to do a little too much. 2-point lead for the Highlanders. Inside, Reynolds kicks it out. Williams, Redpath for 3. Off the iron. Offensive rebound. That was number 21, Kenny Jones, getting it.
And you see Cape Breton doing what they should be. Making Redpath gets a shot, you get a chance to offensive rebound it. Now you got an out of bounds play. The Storm are playing defense for 25, 30 seconds right now.
Redpath. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Trying to find somebody inside. Oh, good spin move, and
Gary.
That goes against Cape Breton, and Coach Gonzalez very emotional. He doesn't agree with the call.
No, he's showing his moves from Dancing with the Stars. I mean, he is. It was skating in the first, but coaches get a good workout. They get into these games. It's fun to watch.
Hey, Coach Kendrick, I mean, he does miles up along that sideline there during a game.
Should have a pedometer on.
Russell Bird Bird spins.
Nice.
And he gets the contact on him. And he'll head to the line.
I mean, so smart. He just knows it's a matter of time. He's got good frame. Reynolds gets it poked out, but this is again the Bird's strength versus kind of Reynolds' weakness size-wise. And it's just, the Storm did a great job. That's what I mean. Make them come down, make Cape Breton play defense if you're, you know, get into the post, and boom, good things will happen.
Yeah, they've rushed things a little too much, Gord. You mentioned that. I mean, just stay under control and, you know, get them, as you said, to play some defense.
Yeah, it's a chess match in overtime, you know.
So we're tied at 111. This has been a great game here tonight at the East Link Center. Hope you've been able to enjoy it. Oh, crossover move. They kick it out. Redpath sets his feet and missed that one. Haven't seen that too often from Redpath. So now they're slowing it down, like you said.
Yeah, just something didn't feel right there.
Bird fade away.
Oh, good shot.
There's a dangerous man, Bruce Massey, down the lane. Brought down by Carter.
No, that's better. See White's, now he's taking his time.
Russell Bird.
That's the two players you want to control overtime with, Bird and Carter.
And Carter, yeah. Tate trying to go baseline. That's a tough shot. And Redpath is charged with a foul. Coach Gonzalez is not happy. Redpath is not happy.
He wanted to travel.
Let's see here.
1, 2. It just, when that right foot moves, it's a kind of an unorthodox. Usually that right foot comes around and players hook. He slid it back away that he was going, so it looked a little funny, and that's what Gonzalez is talking about.
And Tate misses the first one.
So that's the Storm's. I'm not even.
I hope I didn't jinx them by bringing up last year's situation.
We don't even know what to say now.
Here's the second shot from Tate. Misses that one. Gets the rebound inside for Russell Bird. That's good hustle by Tate after missing 2 free throws.
Storm over 2-point lead, but they missed 4 free throws in overtime. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. So it's a 2-point lead for the Storm. 1:11 remaining. Here's Massey.
He got fouled.
And he got fouled by Scott. And
the ref.
They're debating whether it's.
He was going to call it after.
Okay.
2 shots?
It's 2 shots. Wow.
So watch his feet.
Shouldn't this be 3?
Oh.
Shouldn't that be 3?
It's 2 shots. I think when he landed, his feet went inside the 3-point line. This doesn't make sense to me. Or it was after the shot.
Wow. So now Redpath is having a conversation with the referee.
Yeah.
And so they're going to shoot 2.
Yeah,
hold on a second now. We got the 2 coaches now having a word with each other. Lonnie States is trying to get Tim Kenrick to sit down. Tyler Scott has gone over to Gonzalez. This could ignite here.
But, you know, like because of the angle, I couldn't even see if there was contact really there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the ref blew the call, so he saw contact. He's going up outside the 3-point line. If the foul was on the shot, it's 3 shots. If the foul was after the shot, you'd have to see if the team's in bonus, and then it would be 2 shots. But I don't understand why it would just be 2 shots.
So Massey to the line, misses the first one. And, boy, things almost got out of control there along the sideline between Coach Kenrick and Coach Gonzalez. And Here's the second shot now for Massey. And he makes that one. So 1 point lead now for the Storm. 1:06 remaining in this overtime period. Tyree White.
Look at the defense.
Massey all over him. Tyler Scott, he's going to try it. Missed it.
1 point game here, 50 seconds left to go.
This is Massey. Cape Breton, they've got the ball in the hands of the right man. Massey, spin move. Reynolds takes the contact, and Carter with the rebound.
Seemed like some contact all around there.
Here's the Storm with numbers, a drive, and a foul that'll go against
Redpath and Bird are in each other's grills right here.
Yeah, foul that'll go against Cape Breton. So things have really got combustible here late in this overtime.
This is good, intense basketball. Looked like he got fouled on that play. There was definitely contact down low.
And that was the drive right there. Just couldn't quite convert. So,
And that foul was on Williams.
and we got a player down here. Is that Kenny Jones? It is Kenny Jones, and he's holding his hand, I believe. As he's in a bit of discomfort. Either holding his hands or, yeah, I think it's his hand that he got banged up maybe a little bit. He's going to come out of the game. So 28.5 seconds remaining.
And is it Tate going? Yeah, Tate's going to the foul line for 2 shots, 1 point game, 28 seconds left. So right now, I think there'll be a timeout. I'm just going to wait to tell you what's going to happen until after this. If he misses the second.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, then there'll be no timeout. They'll play on. So they'll run a similar play to the one they did with Massey at the end of the game.
Oh, and Tate missed both of them. Gets it back again. And then, he tried to kick it out, gave it away. Here's Massey on the drive. And Massey is fouled. Whoa. The last 3 minutes of this overtime have been very strange, Gord.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bad play by Tate. It was Bird's momentum was going in the wrong direction. Like, it wasn't, he was fading to the corner and the ball was going up top. I mean, it's a very weird situation.
And both teams have had their problems down the stretch here at the free throw line. So Massey's going to go back to the line, and there we got Russell Bird cleaning up the floor once again.
And you can't fault Tate. I mean, look, Tate gets the drive, goes to the line, the ball doesn't drop, but then he gets his own offensive rebound. So it's working. And, it feels like the world, there's 10 players right there around you, and you feel like you just need to get it out. So, I mean, they're doing everything right. The one thing that they could have worked on is that was their 6th missed free throw in overtime. So that really, really hurts if you're the Storm. You got to get there. You got to take an extra deep breath and just put them in.
There's Kenny Jones still holding his hand, sitting next to Chris Johnson. So the Russell Bird janitorial service is over. He's wiped up the floor. And now Massey heads to the line for a couple of big free throws. So he's tied the game up 113 each.
So if this goes in, I think there'll be a timeout. Oh.
And he makes the second, so a 1 point lead, and you're correct, the timeout called. And boy, what a great game tonight.
Oh, great game, and it's gonna come down to the wire here. So the Storm will get it at center, and what they'll do is Tate is your best penetrator, but he's also
a little bit rattled from the line.
Right.
So as a coach, you know, you have to go to Tyree White out of it. And I mean, this is where you miss Campbell. You miss Alex Campbell.
Yes.
Because then you're starting to play around. Both his point guards have done a ridiculous job today. I mean, but what do you do here when you absolutely need a basket? I think you have to go to Bird, or you have to go to you know, Samson Carter out of the out of bounds play, and then let them win this game for you. The people with the most experience. But what I want to see is some action, screen away action before that. Do a little bit of action, bring Carter up, and let him have his moment here and win this game for the Island Storm.
So 21.6 seconds remaining.
Oh, what a fight by this Highlander team! Like, they come in 7 hours,
7
on
hours
a
on the bus.
I mean, and then, you know, like I said, if they win this game, it's the game ball goes to Jamal Reynolds. 2 big blocks out of nowhere to end the game, to save the game. So, whew.
And Cape Breton went into this game 3-game losing skid. Lost at home to St. John 109-92.
Great to see all the fans tuning in today, too. I hope you enjoyed the basketball game. We enjoyed reading your comments, and there was just no real time to get your comments read on the air. I mean,
It's been a fast-paced game.
Michael, Connor, Matthew, thanks a lot. It's important that you know, Lisa was in there tonight, DJ. So, yeah, we're seeing what you guys are putting down.
So here we go. Russell Bird will inbound the ball.
2 players. Where's the ball? The baseline. Oh, here. So he's going to take it out of bounds. It was on the other side.
So here we go. Get it to White.
It's broken. You got to look for this. Nice post-up position.
Here's Bird. Bird.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a foul going against Jamal Reynolds.
And good for the Storm, working it through White. I mean, Coach Kendrick gives these guys so much confidence. White did a great job over to Scott, into Bird in the post. I mean, making a post entry with 20 seconds left in overtime is not the easiest thing to do. Bird did a great job of receiving the pass, and they're going to the foul line.
Brad States is about ready to check in. 11.6 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And there
I'm just looking at Peter. I'm not even looking at the game.
So
it's not over yet. If this goes in, Cape Breton will call a timeout. And you really will have to defend hard.
And Bird makes both of them. So timeout called with 11.6 seconds remaining. And there you see Fitz Gonzalez trying to devise something here. His team down by 1. Now, if you're the Storm, what are you looking to do defensively?
Storm, you're not changing a thing. You know where your point of attack is going to be, and it's going to come from Macy trying to penetrate. Now, you can't get close to him when he shoots the basketball. He's going to look to lean in. He's going to look to but you can't go to sleep on Jamal Reynolds. He's going to be running the baseline like there's no tomorrow. He's going to be finding the weak gaps, and he can slip something and then just come up and be wide open and finish for 2. So you need to defend Massey, but you can't go to sleep on everybody else. So they'll be running something high. They didn't set a high screen last time, so they'll let him operate. They believe in his talents and for him to be able to win this basketball game.
So we're in for a good finish here as you see Tim Kendrick talking to his team. And just a reminder, folks, Storm tickets come down Lease Link Center box office.
Gotta get here.
11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get your tickets in person Monday to Friday. Go online to boxoffice.eastlinkcenterpei.com, or you can order by phone 902-629-6625. Next home game, Boxing Day, December the 26th. They'll take on the St. John Riptide, and then New Year's Eve, Joe Salerno and his Moncton Magic will come to town That'll be an afternoon contest, so 2 big games. Those are the next 2 home games for the Storm as they will head out on the road after this one, 14th, 16th in St. John's.
Here
and they
it comes.
take on Sudbury and Windsor as we get ready for the big finish.
Reynolds wish.
Oh, Massey, that's too easy.
7 seconds left. You don't have any timeouts.
Highlanders by 1 now, 7.4 seconds. Here's Bird, gets double teamed.
Oh my goodness.
And now 2.4 seconds remaining as that ball out of bounds.
Look at this. You cannot go to sleep on this backdoor play with the best player on the floor at the moment. I mean, great design play. He cleared out the side, right? He just really good design play.
Wow, that's a killer right there. 2.4 seconds now. Highlanders by 1.
You got time. You got to cut hard.
Here's Bird. Bird for 3. Just missed it, and that's going to do it. And boy, the Cape Breton Highlanders, they trailed, Gord, the majority of this game. And boy, that has got to be a big shot in the arm for a team that now snaps a 3-game losing skid.
Yeah, and they said they did what they had to on the road. They didn't play well in the first bit of this game, but then once they got into it, they gave themselves enough time to get back into this and let their stars start to perform, and perform they did. And I mean, without Redpath shooting in the first half, Jamal Reynolds stood on his head. He was everywhere. Messi, and then there was McCullough played amazingly well, hit some big threes. They just played really well. Full credit to the Storm. They had a great evening. Just a couple little things they needed to do better down the stretch when they had that 10-point lead.
So the Cape Breton Highlanders, they show their resilience. They come from behind. They win this one 116 to 115 over the Island Storm. And so now the Storm, they improve their record. Well, they go to 2-2, and for Cape Breton, they are now 3-4, on the season. So on behalf of Gord and the entire Universum crew, I'm Peter Ruckhazer saying so long from Charlottetown.